So, all right. So, do you want to
Well, what happened
introduce
was
us?
I had seen that the New York State Fair was, it's back up and running. We live close to the fair, and they have a local uh, bus service area, the area bus service. A couple of years ago, when they had the fair last time, they had um, bus service from different locations around the city to
Yep.
pick up people, so it alleviates some of the traffic. Because before that, the traffic was just insane. I mean, people would be on in
Yeah,
the hours just waiting to get to the fair.
it's quite bad.
And that was when it was 12 days of the fair. This year, it's 18 days of the fair.
18 days, absolutely 18 days. Yeah.
18 days of the fair. It's going to
So
be,
they've extended it
yep, plus
basically another week.
basically another week,
Yeah.
plus usually decent weather. And
Yeah.
I've got great entertainment, which we talked about last show.
Yeah.
Um,
Tremendous.
Unbelievable. I want to go like 7 concerts or at least.
So it's basically what we're looking at here is we're looking at what we discussed last week and we agreed was probably the best lineup ever.
Ever. Ever.
Okay. And now, Mike, what are they doing? What
Not
are they
even
doing?
best in New York State. This is the best concert series in any state fair ever in the
It's a
history
very,
of the
very good
United States of America.
concert series. So I would say
Bar none.
you would want good transportation to get people
You
in and out
gotta
of
have
it.
a good trend because you gotta get there on time to see the thing. I mean, it's music. Yeah, you don't have to see the concert. You only need to hear the concert. So you can be 100 yards or half a mile away and still hear it pretty good. But you still got to get there. If it's 18 days of the fair, you're gonna have there's on the weekends 100,000 people there every
Yeah,
day.
we're literally looking at over on a lot of days, 100,000.
It used to be 2 weekends of the fair. The last weekend being the 3-day weekend, which was Labor Day. Labor Day.
Right.
So now I think it's 3 weekends.
Yep.
Okay. So right there, if it's decent weather, you've got 500,000 people
Oh,
going to the
way.
fair in,
Yeah.
in 5 days. And that's only five of the
And that's just one week. They'll go easily over, way over. They
oh,
might
right.
one, they'll go over 1 million, definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last few years they've actually gone either really close or broken 1 million people every year for like the last 3 years or 4 years
And with
before.
18 days, you're going over 1 million. There's no
Yeah, I
question.
mean, it's going
So
to be a new standard of
so we're gonna have we're gonna have a record number of people.
right. It's a
Okay.
new standard. This is the first year, so it's going to obviously break 1 million people easily.
And although we don't always concentrate on the local events here, in this case, we are going to concentrate on local
Because
events
it's
because
basically it's not local, it's state. That's why I'm. But
well, right, it's state, absolutely.
yeah,
But what they're doing is they're basically cutting off most of the bus
right,
pickups to get in and out. Because normally what you would do is you wouldn't drive into the fair. You would drive to like a satellite area that would then pick you up. You pay a couple dollars and they get you there. And the buses would have their own special lanes, so they get you in and out. And it's better on everybody. It's better
I
because
mean,
it relieves congestion on 690, and you don't have your business people that are trying to get to work and that it's better for everybody. It's better for the people that are going to the fair, people that are just trying to get around, not to go to the fair. So you want to relieve congestion.
right.
And they've had in the past, I don't know, 18 or something pickup areas. They've cut it down to 3, and they're basically right in the central part of the city of Syracuse.
Yeah.
They've cut off the entire west. And the fair, as you know, and this is kind of a local thing to us, but we're in the western part of Syracuse in a suburb, and they basically cut off everything.
Unless you're
And
in
so
the city of Syracuse or the major mall in Syracuse.
right.
Well,
And
mall, but the major malls are.
that's Destiny. Yeah.
It's almost like a straight line right in the middle. You know.
Right. So you've got, so basically what's happening here is anybody coming from the west basically has to plow through the state fair traffic in
Right.
order to get to a pickup zone to then come back to go to the state fair.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, either don't even bother using Centro, or
Yeah.
alternately,
You're not gonna go.
you
You're
know,
gonna. You,
try to go somehow around, which is, a nightmare.
Yeah.
You can't, it's just, they basically just cut off access to the west and they created this huge logjam.
Right.
So,
And you might be able to find somebody willing and nice enough to drop you off somewhere close that you can just walk into the place and not have to park. That is a possibility that we have, at least on my part. I've got somebody that can do that for me. I don't like it because it burdens them, but for all the people that don't have that possibility,
yeah.
and that ride would still have to get to the fair, which would be
Right. And even if you're dropping somebody off, you still have to get through the traffic to
right.
get there.
Exactly.
And it's just, it's unbelievable that they're so.
The lucky thing for us is we could do the back way. We wouldn't be so much into the traffic, but until we get right to the fair. But then, you got to get into the fairgrounds, and it's a pain in the butt.
They basically created a logistical nightmare for themselves here. If they thought the traffic was bad in previous years, and it is really bad when this thing starts.
It's going to be unbelievable.
And so yeah, and it's just going to be,
especially if it's really, really nice weather.
right. Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. Or if there's a big concert, right? And there are a number of big concerts.
Again,
it is going to be. I don't even want to. And then on top of that, you've got Lakeview Amphitheater practically right across the street that's also running concerts at the same time. So now you've got that traffic on top of it, and it's all on the western side.
Yeah.
So it's my goodness, let's alleviate some of this. Let's alleviate some of this congestion. It's just going to be just a big logjam.
You are more into it, knowledgeable than I am about amphitheater, which opened about 5-6 years ago or something like that. I can't remember. Longer than that. But over, right before COVID, it was ramping up big time. I mean, it was huge. I mean, we went there for a concert. We talked about it last week. Great place. I would go there in a heartbeat for another.
Right. They get big bands and they get, 15,000 for a concert there, right?
And the way they've created it and the parking situation, and now they've got a new ramp onto the major thoroughfare there, the highway, that is supposed to alleviate some of that congestion that we had in 2018. It's going to be great, and I love it. And I'm not as big a music person as you are, but I want to go there, and I'm just sorry that there wasn't any real great must-see concerts that I wanted to go there again to see this year. Hopefully next year. But my question is, you said that they have concerts going on around the fair time at the amphitheater. You've checked out their website? No, that for a fact between August 20th and September 6th, they're going to have concerts.
Yeah, so if we look at the Lakeview Amphitheater.
Yeah, that's what it's called, folks, the Lakeview Amphitheater.
So let's look. So we've got the lineup here for that. And we've got from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, because sometimes they won't. I wasn't sure they would have something during the fair time to compete with it. From August 20th to the June 6th, I believe it is, or September 6th.
Right. I'm just looking for the information.
I mean, they've got great concerts there. It's just nothing that I personally want to see. But um, they started late because of COVID, which is understandable. But and I
Yeah,
think
so there with the concert, it starts on, when does the fair start?
the 20th of August.
Right. So James Taylor 8:22,
Yep. Yep.
Corn 8:25,
Okay.
Pitbull 8:27,
Yep.
Thomas Rhett. Okay, so I guess that would be okay. So we've got right there. We've got
Three of them before.
three conflicts that are going to be. Those days are just going to be.
Yeah.
Don't try to be anywhere on the road in the western part
Right.
of the.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So, because it's just going to be, and I don't understand why they can't see this.
Yeah.
So, it's a little disappointing. So, but
I mean, I did get some information from the fair earlier today too. I
right,
mean, I told you about that I texted you about it. I understand he said, they had problems 2 years ago filling the spots for drivers. Older, they got retirees back to do just the fair, and they only want to work like certain number of hours, 40 hours or whatever, because they're retired. I get that. I also get that the people who are regular workers don't want. They're getting tired. They can only do so much overtime, and they're like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So I get that. But if you're going to have the service, spread it out a little bit better, I say. I mean,
right,
even
and
if you
that
don't have as many buses this year, like I understand that. You're not going to have as many buses. So you're not going to have, I don't know how many were in our area last 2 years ago, like maybe 5 buses, let's say. If they cut it down to 2, you're still going to have some people able to use that service.
right,
Different sections. Okay. I think that's the way to go. Of course, nobody asks me anything about this type of thing, so it's in the city. Now, I don't know how many people from the city actually go to the fair. Maybe it's more than I expect, but I also suspect that people from the east probably go into the city, from the east side of the city.
but they don't have to deal with the fair congestion to get to the pickup point. Is the difference? So, so they
Now,
don't.
the other thing that we could do is, I was thinking about this. We could go to the mall pickup point, right? But we'd go and do the circumvent type of thing. Go an alternate route where we wouldn't be on the highway. But we'd still probably have a ton of traffic because people would be going there,
Right.
pick up the bus for the fair. And then you'd have to just drive home by that other route. Or if it's late at night after the fair, after the concert that we want to go to,
Yeah.
by usually around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, when the fair really runs down, you can go through the fairground area, the highway by the fair, and it isn't congested, because everybody's leaving. So we would be going in the opposite direction for the most part, but not going during the day. You're going to get stuck on the highway. Absolutely.
Right. Right. And it's I think it's most important that you relieve the congestion again on the west side, because the fair is on the west side.
The west side.
So
yeah.
you want to get that congestion out of there.
Right.
You don't want people congesting things even further.
Right.
Anyway, that's kind of my take.
Well, that's
so
what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, if write Centro, tell them need something.
Yeah, no, I
It
did
won't
that
be as much
earlier.
as last 2 years ago. Something will help because
Right,
I'm a realist. I mean, I understand with COVID, there's not enough people on the bus system
right.
driving. They don't want to work. They don't have to work. They can't work. Whatever the situation. Unemployment, blah blah blah. I get that, but spread it out a little more even. Because I told them it's like you have all the people from our area. You got people out west,
Yeah.
Auburn. Uh, I talked to people from Auburn. I talked to people from Elbridge. They loved coming to where we were to get
And
the bus.
that's
I
what
mean,
exactly what it is. It's a
that's one
state,
reason to get these people from that area.
right? It's
So
not a city fair, it's a state fair.
it's
So
a
getting
state,
people, predominantly people from the outside coming in.
right?
Um,
Exactly.
and if it's not convenient,
They're not going to come, and if
you
they
know,
don't come, it's not going to help people. They
so
won't come back, and the vendors won't come back. I mean, we could talk about all the vendors that are not going to be there this year.
already, yeah,
There's
that's
like 15 of them.
canceled the left and right. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I heard a couple more yesterday. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some that ice cream places or something like that. Okay, that's fine. But I mean, big names that are not going to be there this year because of, again, you don't have the people to staff the whole, and it's 18 days again.
it's
So
18 years, yeah.
18 days, and again, COVID. Take that as you will. Whether they want to work, they can't work, don't have to work,
Yep,
unemployment, blah blah, whatever. That is their problem. They cannot find enough people to work.
yep. No, I totally agree.
I
Yeah,
understand that. And it's going to be, they hope to be back next year. I don't know if that's actually going to happen because if they can't find them this year, will they find them next year? I don't know. I just don't know because what will change next year? Maybe it'll change. I don't know. I hope it does. But
so anyway, so if you're as annoyed with us as we are,
yes,
what do you do? Write Centro, I
like,
guess.
email
Maybe if you
said
get enough complaints.
it might change something. Who knows? I mean, I'm not totally unsympathetic to their problem, but I'm just talking about in the interest of the widest possible
Coverage. Let's get some
coverage.
coverage. Spread it
Yeah.
out a little bit rather than just.
And if they told me, we got more people out of these three areas, okay, if you showed statistics, fine, I get that. But without showing that information, you're
Yeah.
going to pick out a lot of people.
And again, it's not a Syracuse City Fair. It's a state fair. It's not about getting people from the interior of
Right,
Syracuse
right,
to the fair. It's about bringing the state to the fair, which includes the city of Syracuse as well as all the other areas in the
right,
state.
right.
So
A lot of people from outside this little area that
so anyway,
come to the fair.
so
I know that for a fact. I know
yeah,
family does from out of town. I talk to people. It's like, oh, where are you from? We're talking, up north, we're down, Auburn, we're down, Albany, blah blah blah, Buffalo. I've seen them and heard them from all over the place.
that's right.
Of course, and other states too. So not
Yeah,
just just people just walking the fair. Oh, where are you from? North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Maine. I've seen them all.
yeah, yeah.
So,
There's so anyway,
so hopefully, if you see this, write to them soon. So write to
yeah,
Centro.
contact them soon. And
Contact
we
them
can
right
put the
now.
information in our right below the video
Yep,
about how to reach out.
yep.
So
Reach out and then let us know again. Like, subscribe, and
comment, like,
comment.
subscribe. Comment, like, subscribe.
Right on
And
the website. And then if you want to, we also have the email, the older guys 2021@gmail.com. But preferably, so we can get it faster, like, subscribe, comment on our webpage, The Old Guys 2021.
Thank you.
Right? You're welcome. Thank you, sir.